Hey, dude, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Litecoin. Right now we're sitting at 53.90. We're up 8.71%. What we've been paying attention to the last month is the change of trend for Litecoin, the trend analysis, and that's what we're going to be digging into today because Litecoin's really making a nice strong move here, guys, and this is what we've been waiting for. Now, I want to see a little bit more volume continue to step in with this move, but it's nice that we're finally starting to get this trend change, and that's what we've been looking for quite a while here. And guys, if you like me covering Litecoin, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Like I said, I'll be here for you regardless of the price. We're just going to make it happen. I'm going to do the best I can. I'm not your financial advisor. So let's dig into this. First of all, guys, what I like to look at is trend line breaks, whether it be on the short term or intermediate term. Like over here, this was an intermediate term uptrend, and you can see once we broke down through this downtrend, we back tested it, but ultimately it led to this 6-month downtrend. Now what we're looking at, if you can see this white trend line right here, we're actually breaking out of this downtrend that we've been in for 6 months. You can see right here, we broke out of it. And I'm going to zoom into all this. We actually almost back tested that area, and now we're pushing up again. And what we're going to be looking at in red here are resistance areas. And remember, guys, when you break a resistance, you want it to then become support. So you break through the resistance, a lot of times you'll come back, you'll back test, and you want to see that resistance hold as support. Old resistance becomes new support. So what we have to do is look at this trend now, lower highs, lower lows, until we have this reversal right down in here, and we start to have higher highs and higher lows coming in, and that's the trend change. Now what we need to do here, guys, and these are the overhead resistances, you can see once we broke through this green resistance line right there, we back tested it, so that became new support, and then we had that next push up. Ultimately, this yellow trend line, this is the main uptrend that we need to continue. Okay, guys, it's going from a short term, we're trying to get it into an intermediate term, then hopefully a longer term. But right now we're up above on the 4 hour, our 20, our 40, and our 50 moving average. So the trend is up, as you can see, higher highs and higher lows. The next resistance area we're going to be running into is $55.19. That's going to be this area we had here. Little consolidation before we made a big plunge last time. So I'm going to be looking at $55.19 for us to try to break and then turn that into support. The next area after that is going to be $60 to the upside, $60.06, and then it's going to be $64.45 is what I'm going to be looking at. Those are all the upside targets. And now in terms of the downside, if we start falling again, I want to find support at $51.60. We should find support, or we should find it right there at that $50 mark, that green $50 mark. We were talking so much about the psychological level of $50, guys, and we found support off it. So that's a good thing. And you can also see volume start to come back in this area as we're starting to move up, because remember, with uptrends you have to have heavier volume accompany them so they can continue to move. When you're in a downtrend like we were over here, the market can naturally fall upon itself, but what we need is buyers to step in to continue to push this price up into these higher highs and higher lows. So what I want to do next, guys, I'm going to eliminate all these resistance areas. So remember, that was $55.19, $60.06, and $64.45. Those are all going to be resistance areas that we eventually want to turn into support. So we're going to look at that. We'll take this one off as well, guys. And now I just wanted to look at this rounded bottom action that we had. Some people say it's a sloppy inverted head and shoulders. Others will say it's a rounded bottom. You can look at it kind of either way, but ultimately what this is a bottoming pattern. We're trying to find that bottom after being in a downtrend for 6 months, just like over here, guys. When we found this bottom, let me move it over. So you can see down in here where we pushed hard down, then we popped back up, down again, pop back up. So this was almost like an inverted head and shoulders here, and then that's what kind of kicked off this entire run that we had for the beginning part of 2019. But you see the higher highs and higher lows coming in, and for this trend line, guys, you could even, just a rough one here, you could even drag it all the way back down in here. We try to get as many points or as touches as possible, so it'd be somewhere right around in that range there. But you can see when we had that break, it was a big deal. So now we're having that break to the opposite, and what we're looking for is for this uptrend to start just like we had back in here. So that's what it's all about, guys. You can look at this entire year here. We went straight up, and then we went straight down. And in my opinion, that's the importance of taking profit. You don't want to give up after you've ran this hard from $22 all the way up to $150. Do you want to give it all back down to $35? You don't. You want to protect those profits, guys. And that's the power of looking at these trends. That's why I like to look at trends: short-term, intermediate term, and longer-term trends. I'll go off price action, and then I'll start getting into indicators and other things like that. Right now on the 4 hour chart, we're at 66 on the RSI. You can see we have an upwards trajectory here, excuse me. If we draw our trend line down here, this is what we would need to see hold, just like this. as we put about right in that range, because whenever you're drawing trend lines, you want as many touches as possible. So we'd have 1 here, 2, and 3. So this would be our uptrend line that we need to continue to hold on the RSI on the 4-hour time frame. And then we'll take a look at the MACD. And guys, like I said, if you like these videos, you get some from them, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, help it grow. I know Litecoin videos don't get near the views that they used to. People aren't as interested, but I still am. I think Litecoin's a good project. And down the road, guys, you know, I think it's going to do well. A lot of times it'll even lead the market out of bear market. So that's something, you know, we're paying attention to right now. MACD. We did have a bullish cross right here. You can see we're having higher lows coming in. You could even draw a trend line down there. And we did cross histogram ticking to the positive. So we definitely could still have a little bit more run here, guys. We're not overbought in any category. So we definitely could continue this run. We might have a little bit of a cool off here and then that next push to the upside. But these are things that I'm looking for. You know, take a look at this, guys. That supply and demand shifting. We had the volume climax right down in here, the capitulation, and then the big dog stepped in, and we've been rolling ever since around that $35 mark. So we're sitting at 53.88 right now. Just be careful. Use those tight stop losses if you're going to be playing this. But just remember, the trend right now is up, so that's a good thing. We're trying to break that sequence of the lower highs and lower lows in that downtrend. So God bless you all, guys. I appreciate you being here with me today. Happy Tuesday to you, and let's continue to get this, and let's see if Litecoin can continue to make this move. God bless you all.